Hey guys, so you know that it's Monday morning, which means that there's extra chores to do today. And today we're going to focus on obedience, okay? So how many times should mommy have to speak?
Once.
Once. And what is it to obey? To do something
Happily, quickly, all the way.
happily, quickly, all the way, okay? So when I say, Samuel, can you go put away the blanket? And you go, is that happily?
No.
No. If I say, Samuel, go put away the blanket, and you say, okay, and then you play with toys the whole way there, is that quickly?
No.
No. What if I say, Samuel, go put away the blanket, and you put it on the floor in the hallway? Is that all the way?
No.
No. So happily, quickly, all the way. So with a good attitude, quickly, like doing it right away, and getting it all the way done. Okay? Do we understand?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have you guys help me clean up the living room, okay? And the big girls are going to go do their own thing. Virginia, you can work on school. Naomi, you're going to take a baby for me, okay? So I can focus on these guys. So just for this video, just so you guys know, I am currently potty training Uriah, and so we may have cutouts of the video because mommy has to go run away and feed the baby. I mean, not feed, well, I might have to feed the baby too, but I might have to go put somebody on the potty. So this is real life. I speak wrong. Okay, so Abigail, you finished brushing your hair. Uriah, can you pick up all the cars and put them away where they go in the toy box? Can you go put the pink blanket on the girl's bed? Samuel.
Yes.
Can you go collect all water cups and put them where the water cups go? Happily, quickly, all the way. Go ahead. Let me finish brushing your hair so you can go on and do
What should I do?
Can you go put away the tractor that's there on the...
Not quite, but close.
How do you spell Colossians?
1 L, 2 S's.
Okay, I was like, that doesn't look right. 1 L.
1 L.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so guys, this Bible verse. So for people following along, you can do this on a piece of paper, and dry erase markers work on any type of glass. You can also do them on the front. Let me get a paper towel. This fridge doesn't have any of the, like it's a flat fridge, it doesn't have any of the graining. You can do it on the front of a fridge too. And then wipe it off. And
Oh, doesn't look like it wipes off too good.
it does. And you can use Windex too.
Okay.
But I need water. Another dry one. Water everywhere. So, comes off. It also doesn't help that we have greasy little pans on this fridge.
Comes off glass really well.
Comes off glass easily. See,
Yeah.
I'll get a dry one for the glass.
Yeah.
This is our cool frosted glass one too.
So if you just write on glass,
That's why we frosted the glass, because you can't really see that.
and then it comes off. Dry erase also erases easier if it actually dries. Like if you write and then let it dry and then you wipe it off, it wipes off easier. Instead of having wet, like from just writing. So anyway, we frosted the back of this glass door with frosted glass stuff that's meant for a bathroom window so that we'd still have light coming in through our door, but we could use it to, we could still see. And we've only been doing this for about a week, but we love it. And this is our sun porch. So we don't use, this isn't a regular outside door, but you could use it as an outside door. Okay, guys, so the verse we're going to learn today is Colossians 3:22. But you guys already know another verse about obedience, which is the verse I would teach you, except you already know it. Hold on. Everyone say Ephesians 6:1 together. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and your mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and you may live long on the earth. Ephesians 6:1, 2, and 3. Right? What?
That's what I thought you meant.
What?
Say the lesson.
Oh, no. So that's the verse. If you're following along, that's a really good one to learn. That's one of the first verses I teach my kids. And as you can see, Uriah already knows that verse. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. That is a very good verse to have. We already know that, so I want to show you how I teach my kids a new verse. They've heard this verse before, but we've never memorized it. So guys, this verse, I'm going to read the whole thing to you. Bondservants, obey in everything those who are your earthly masters, not by way of eye service, as people pleasers, but with sincerity of heart, fearing the Lord. Colossians 3:22. So, I first want to explain this, okay? Bondservants are people who choose to serve their masters, okay? These aren't slaves. Like when we think of slavery in America, we think of someone who was taken away from their homeland and brought here to work for somebody. That's not how slaves worked in the Bible. It was somebody who owed you a debt and they became your slave. But then a bondservant is someone who's already paid their debt to you and they say, you know what? I really like this family. I want to stay with this family and I'm going to choose to be their servant, okay? So we are put in a family by God, right?
Yeah.
But we can be happy in the family that God placed us in and say, God, I want to stay with this family. I want to be part of this family, okay? So you can think of that when you think of bondservants, okay? Bondservants obey in everything. What's the other thing we're supposed to do in everything? The verse we've been learning last week. Samuel?
Do everything without grumbling and disputing, that you may be blameless and innocent children of God, without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world.
Very good. So, it says obey in everything. And in everything, we're also supposed to not grumble and complain. So we're supposed to obey without grumbling and complaining, because we can put those two verses together, right? So, that's what we talked about this morning, doing it happily, right? Okay. Bondservants, obey in everything those who are your earthly masters. Who are your earthly masters?
Like your
Who are your earthly masters?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you specifically.
You guys.
Us, right?
Right.
We're your earthly masters. God has put you in this family with Daddy and I being your heads, right? Your authorities.
Heads.
There's still other authorities. There's still other authorities like the police officers and the government and that type of thing. But we are the people directly over you, right?
Right.
Okay, so those who are your earthly masters. You have to obey your earthly masters in everything. Okay? If we tell you to sin, that's different. But this is when we're not telling you to sin, okay?
Yeah.
Hopefully we're never telling you to sin, but this is in everything without sin. Okay, bondservants, obey in everything those who are your earthly masters, not by way of eye service,
Like
as people pleasers. Do you guys know what that means?
just like when people aren't looking, you're not doing your job very well. But when people are looking, then you do it as the best as you can.
Right. If I tell you to go sit down and do your math, and you're sitting there and you're doodling away, you're drawing pictures, and you're telling yourself stories, right? And then mommy walks in the room and you're suddenly like, ooh, 4 plus 4 is 8. Oh, 1 plus 2 is 3. That would be wrong. Because you should be working not just to please people, not just eye service that makes things look good. You should be working, right? And now I'm going to explain why. So not by way of eye service as people pleasers, but with sincerity of heart, fearing the Lord, doing it because of your fear for the Lord, and because you're sincere in heart. God's eyes. And when is God watching you?
Everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere, all the time,
He's
right?
everywhere, so
Right.
he can
God is
everywhere.
God is everywhere. Can you see God?
No, I cannot see God, but he always sees me.
No, I cannot see God, but he always sees me. While we're on that, if I can find it.
Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? I don't know. Anyway, the questions they were answering are in their catechism book, and I will try to put a link to that if I remember on this video. But it's Truth and Grace. It's a catechism book. It's got Bible verses to learn. That's where we learned Ephesians 6:1. It's got songs to learn, and it also has questions to learn, catechism questions. So where is God? God is everywhere. Can you see God? No, I cannot see God, but he always sees me. Hey, Josiah. I'm sorry, Uriah. I said the wrong name. Who made you?
Dad.
What else did God make?
I don't.
Why did God make you in all things?
I don't know.
For his own glory. That's right. Okay, so back to our Bible verse.
I love
That's right. I will hold it. You guys ready for the next? Let's do it again. Bond servants, obey in
everything.
those who are your earthly masters. Let's do it again. Bond servants, obey in everything.
Obey in everything.
Those who are your earthly masters. Bond servants, obey in everything. Those who are your earthly masters, not by way of eye service, as people pleasers. We're going to make everyone happy. As people pleasers. That's not why we should be doing it, right? No. Okay. It's like hugging someone. As people pleasers. Okay, let's go back to the start. Bond servants, obey in everything. Those who are your earthly masters, not by way of eye service, as people pleasers. But that means it's totally different than what we were talking about. But with sincerity of heart. Yeah, do you remember in the Garden of Eden, they were told not to eat the fruit off of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil?
Yeah.
And after they did, they disobeyed. And after they did, what did they do? Remember, God came down to be with them in the cool of the day? And they were hiding because they knew they did something wrong. We don't need to hide from the police officer when we don't do anything wrong. Right. If we're walking,
found us.
yeah. So, because God knows where everyone is, right? So if we're walking down the street and we see a police officer, we can just keep walking and we can be like, hey, Mr. Police Officer, how you doing, right? If we're walking down the street with our stolen cookie in our pocket and we see the police officer, we're probably going to walk away from him, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're going to get as far away as we can, right?
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, I don't see a police officer. What are you talking about? Bond servants, obey in everything. Those who are your earthly masters, not by way of eye service, as people pleasers, but totally different than what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
But with sincerity of heart, fearing the Lord. Okay, and now we need to know where it is, because in our Bible, this way we can look it up, because we know that things in the Bible are true, and I want you guys to know that we're learning something that's true because God inspired it in the Bible, right? Colossians
Colossians
3:22.
3:22.
Colossians 3:22.
Colossians 3:22. Colossians 3:22.
Good job. Okay. So we're gonna leave this up here. We're gonna practice this later. So while you're teaching your kids Bible verses, it's a good thing to keep the Bible verse up where people can see it, whether it's written on a piece of paper or on a whiteboard, or even if you just have it on a card that can be seen regularly. One, so you remind yourself, I need this reminder, to practice it with the kids, and also so the kids can see it and know that scripture is a big part of your life and that you're using it regularly. So we're going to take a break because I got to take some people potty and stuff, and we'll be back in a little bit with some more activities. Here's another lesson for our obedience lessons. I brought the big girls in for this. So I want everyone to take your paper and I want you to lay it landscape, which is the longer way. You littles have it the right way. Okay? I want you, Uriah is okay. He's just going to color along because he won't understand. I want everyone to find the top right corner of your paper and draw a circle in the top right corner. Yes. Okay, just follow my directions. Don't add anything else. Is your pen not working, Abigail?
Yeah.
If you need to grab another one. Okay. Now I want you to write in the middle of your paper, write your name in the middle of your paper. Any way you want. You can make it curly, you can make it normal,
Mommy,
but it has to be your name. Good job. Okay, bottom left corner, I want an X. Bottom left corner. Oh, Abigail, sorry, I didn't realize you were still writing. So we're all gonna wait for Abigail. Yep, bottom left corner, I want an X. Yep.
Like tic-tac-toe.
Yep. Okay, I want you to underline your name. Underline your name.
Like what?
Yeah. Okay, I want you to draw a picture of anything you want above your name. Picture of anything you want above your name. Good. Nice. Okay, when you're done with that, I want you to turn your paper over.
Yeah.
And I want you to write, God is love. Because I know the little ones know how to write that. Any way you want, prettiest handwriting,
In the middle.
messiest handwriting, anywhere you want on the paper. God is love.
Mommy, wait.
You're doing great, Uriah. God is
I
And now you can decorate that side of your paper where you wrote God is love in any way you want.
love.
Love. So you can do this with your family, any type of paper you have. We actually just ran out of computer printer paper the other day, so we're using our little cards, or we're using construction paper, whatever we happen to have. But give your kids different tasks to do on their paper. You can use it for any age. If you've got the older kids, you can have them write out a Bible verse. If you've got younger kids like Uriah, if I was doing it with just him, I would work on things that he actually knows. Great job. Yeah, now decorate it. But this is just another way to have them listen to the words that you're saying and try to follow that to the best of their ability. So I hope you've enjoyed our video today about obedience. We will join you tomorrow with a lesson in patience. So please come back and join us tomorrow, and please subscribe and send this to anybody you think might be benefited by doing this with their kids at home for this couple weeks.